Hey guys, welcome back to DB32, part of the High Ground podcast. I'm Lolo Padawan, and I got something special to share with you. Basically today, I've got a big brown box. This brown box comes from London, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I want to tell you a little bit about what's inside and what we're going to be expecting. So this is going to be a quick unboxing as I go through and take a look at what Louis Petch from Seven Chambers has been able to accomplish, again, with making a new Anaflex. Now, the lightsaber that we see in the original movie, Star Wars, is held up by Luke Skywalker, and that came from his father, Anakin Skywalker. So Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber in Episode 3 naturally had to take some kind of transition from Episode 3 into Episode 4. And basically, what did we start out with it looking like? So in our imaginations, we have to think that something occurred that started with this lightsaber and eventually transitions into the Graflex that we see again in the original Star Wars movie. So Louis has done something that's really amazing. And honestly, there are a lot of makers out there that have done some really great stuff. But I think the Anaflex is one, in my opinion, one of the most unique lightsabers for what we see happening in the custom make community. So obviously these replicas are very good, and some of them get really, really good and even better. What has happened here? This is now the this is the fourth rendition coming from Seven Chambers. Started with an Aniflex, had an Aniflex V2, had an Aniflex Elite, which I actually owned, and I have now the FE, the final edition. So I'm just going to call this the Anaflex. We're going to see why I'm just going to call it the Anaflex. There is a great comparison video of a couple of those, plus some of the better ones out there too, like the Youngling Slayer from Shadowful Props. So I would encourage you, and I'll put the link down at the bottom. It's Mojave Trooper, everybody knows. So we'll want to go to his video, take a look at that, because obviously that man knows these lightsabers better than any. And actually, he's kind of responsible for why I own like 7 Anaflex lightsabers now, because Anakin's not my favorite character. The lightsaber's not one of my favorite until now. So he's actually had a big influence on me enjoying and loving these, and also my cohort and co-host with the High Ground podcast, Apprentice Chris. It's actually his favorite lightsaber as well. So the two of them combined, really just their love for this has made me just love it more, and I started studying the props and I really love it more. But this isn't going to be a review. This is just going to be a quick unboxing. So stand by, watch out. I hope you enjoy looking at this pretty thing, because I think it's going to be great. Okay, so here we go. This is it. I've taken it out of the box now. As you can see, some nice, beautiful stuff. I got a nice little Anakin thing in here. You can see my little Anakin hanging out with me over here. But yep, got this nice little symbol. I think this is a great little touch, and beautiful here. Obviously, this is what we got on the box, the outside of the box, things of that nature. So we'll take a look, get this bad boy opened up, see what's going on. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, pop this on. Got to put some gloves on, because obviously anything with chrome is going to be a fingerprint magnet. And, you know, as I said, I appreciate you guys being with me. This isn't going to be a review video comparing accuracy, things like that. That's going to be handled by, my friend Mojave Trooper. He's the man for that job. But we'll go over a little bit of quality and talk about the saber itself and what we have going on with them. So first and foremost, I guess the pieces, right? We've got cover text kind of over here hanging out, and then on this side I'm sure we got some install pieces that'll help when you decide to put the saber together, right? Yep, a couple of little boards there to go on, and it looks like we have a spare set of brass pins, which is pretty nice. That's good. So always like having some extras. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so stick those bad boys down in there, stick that bad boy down there. All right, and let's just go ahead and take both hilts out at once, and I can kind of move the box on over, and we'll take a look at that, and I'll move the lid. And then, of course, you have one vented pommel for your first and second auction. I don't know. I didn't take a look. It looks like, yeah, first and second auction here. So that's good. Obviously, you want to be able to have one for each so that you can match the prop appropriately. And then we have some better necks as well, which is really nice. So good. Necks that are going to be proper thin neck carriage for you. So you get these bad boys in, make it look nice and thin as it's supposed to. Really beautiful. And of course, as you will find when you do get a chance to watch Mojave's video, some of these little pieces right here are going to get some coloration, because I believe the original props are black, as Mojave points out in his video. So I will be taking the time to make these guys look as accurate as possible. So that being said, let's take a look here at what we got. So we have 2 lightsabers. We're gonna unwrap these bad boys. Okay, so there we go. Oh, okay, so they're not extra sets of pins. Looks like the pins are not put in yet. So, okay, good. So I'll put the pins in and we'll get that taken care of. And that's nice. That's okay. Don't have to have extras, just always nice to have. So, all right. What we have here, basically, we got 2 different props, right? We have, for Anakin, just like with Kenobi, there is another prop that was seen at auction that came out that shows what the prop is alleged to have kind of gone through during the fight and battle on Mustafar with all the Krayasut and all the darkness happening and things of that nature. So, like a couple different things going on, this one's going to have a different set of buttons that are going to be really nice here. So these are actually made of resin, as Mojave's going to talk about, and talk about their accuracy. They look pretty nice, very sparkly and glittery. It's a little loose, a little sparkly and glittery. This one is pretty good. It looks like it's missing some of the shine on it there. So talk to this, maybe pick up another button or something, or maybe I can even put a clear coat on there. But yeah, so taking a look overall at the saber. So what we have going on here, let's see. So it looks like overall, you know, the length, the dimensions, everything nice and tight. You have a great clamp fit in there all the way around. Clamp's beautiful. You got clamp card going on in the middle there. Really pretty, really gorgeous. Obviously accurate design. There's quite a few. You'll find some designs that are out there. But yeah, it's really, really nice looking overall. I mean, when you compare this, right, because you got Lewis having the Aniflex V2, the Aniflex Elite, and now the Anaflex FE, really just kind of stellar all the way around. I think, you know, between the Anaflex Elite definitely was the best Anakin that you could get at the moment before not so long ago. And, you know, Young Slayer came out with a very nice Anakin lightsaber. Don't think it quite captured all the accuracies as far as the prop goes, and both of those 2 props kind of mixed the first and second auction prop. So this one's going to have the second auction feel to it. It's going to have some similarities there. It's going to have a set of pins that go with it. They're going to be different than the set of pins that are going to go with this one. It's going to be really cool. I get this put together. Some nice accuracy features that the design team figured out is the coloration that goes inside here, what the inside of this is going to look like, and then what the lip right here will look like in terms of being chrome or black, stuff like that. Really, really nice. If I'm looking at the chrome, because I'm always looking at the chrome, I do see some spots here, and it may be hard to pick up on the light, but if you look at the reflections there, so there's a cloudy spot right here, some cloudy spots right here. Looks like there's a cloudy spot right here, and I'm trying to see if these just come off, because sometimes that may be the case, but these are not. So there's a few cloudy spots that are in here. So again, we'll try to talk, see if there's some kind of polish or buffing or something that can be done. But in general, yeah, so the chrome is really nice, really shiny. It looks really good across the way. You can tell, you know, in terms of all the precision on the pieces and on the parts, look really good. Enjoying that. And let's take a look here, back side of the hilt as we go through, looking at the clamp, looking at the shine. It's really nice. I don't think I've ever had a chromed hilt without any scratches on it. So this will be my first one, so we'll see how long I can keep it that way. I do have a toddler in the house, so who knows how long that'll last, but we'll try. So anyway, definitely this is really beautiful, like seeing the shine on the chrome, and of course, obviously seeing the pommel cap and seeing how mirror-like that is. It's just beautiful. See if I can get Ahsoka right. No, can't get her. She is... Nope, wasn't able to get her to shine up in there, but I tried. Oh well, maybe she's up higher. Nope, that's the video camera. See us? There we are. Okay, well, that's better than what my friend Mojave did, the bunny ears. So, sorry about that, Mo. Okay, so great, man. Yeah, this is the first auction prop. Like we talked about, it looks really nice. Very, very nice. Again, pristine with no scratching into the chrome, which is really nice. And then what we got here, we got another one. Take a look at this bad boy. So we're going to have a different set of buttons, as we talked about. Mojave's going to talk about something that you might notice when you get yours. You will see that there's some differences between these 2 buttons, that they're not the same coloration. There's a reason for that. I'm going to let his video speak to it, which again, something that's really great to have noticed in a new accuracy catch and gain in these sabers. I don't know that I see any of the cloudy spots on the upper here, just kind of looking through just to see if it was a consistent thing in the make. I do see a couple of, looks like maybe lines that are in the chrome. Yep, there's a line in the chrome right here. You can see it right there in the light now. You see it reflecting off that light right there. There we go. And that goes pretty deep. It goes right there. So it's about an inch or two long right there, right beside the light shine. So I'll have to take a look at that also, and again, see if there's a way that I can kind of get that buffed out, or if there's something that we can do about that. But yeah, overall, man, just taking a look and, you know, just seeing something that's not completely, not scratched at all in reality, because, I mean, this is, whatever this little line is, this is some kind of deal with the make of the chrome. It doesn't have anything to do with the scratch being in the chrome. It's just part of the make. And then, yeah, so looking at the clamp card as well, so you're going to notice that this clamp card sits a little high. There's an absolute reason for that. And again, I'm going to let Mojave Trooper talk to you guys more forward about that. I'm not going to go into detail because he's going to cover it with really good stuff. And looking at the clamp card and the chrome or on the clamp itself as well, I think I might have one of those cloudy spots here on the clamp. So yeah, again, we'll see if we can buff that out. And then looking through just the handles and the grips and the attachment of the grips, this is just really perfect. There's no glue, no residue coming through any of that stuff. There might be a tiny little scratch right there. You can see it coming up right here. So I'll have to see if we can get that done. And maybe there's another one right there too. Or is that a hair? Yeah, that's a hair. But overall, this is just really beautiful. Again, pristine to have a hilt that's not really scratched or anything like that. It's really nice. And I'll make sure that this other one up top that's not something that's just going to come right out. But yeah, and then of course we go back to the pommel again, which is just super, super nice. You got to love that. So here we are. This is hilt number 2. This is the second auction prop. We're going to have the same thing covering with the Sharpie on the insides, and we're going to have the same thing with some coloration up in here as well. Just looking at the blade holder, looking at the blade plugs. The blade plugs are not going to be the same either. There's a reason for that. And again, I'm pretty sure my buddy Mojave is going to go over that too. So without further ado, man, I'm just going to tell you guys, like, I really appreciate that you're here with us. You know, Chris and I, Padawan Lolo and the apprentice Chris, and we certainly appreciate that you guys have watched some of our videos and spent some time with that. We have full episodes that are going to be dropping in anytime soon, so stay tuned for that. We'll certainly try to, you know, put up a little post and let folks know to get some more folks kind of rolling in and giving us some feedback, because as always, definitely want feedback. If you have it, please share it with me, and we'll go from there. So this is Padawan Lolo. I'm going to sign off from DB32, and thank you again for visiting.